说到太阳能，你想到什么？是不是太阳能热水器？还有屋顶上铺着成片的光伏板，非常有工业感。但其实，太阳能也可以软软的穿在身上。
You can see the jacket you can wear. This plugs right in.
太阳能的技术被运用到了衣服上，人们随时随地可以给手机充电。这正是这家位于纽约布鲁克林的太阳能光伏公司 Pivilion 的核心技术：开发软性太阳能材料，以及设计和制造太阳能装备。成立于2011年的 Pivilion 是被美国军方授权的太阳能帐篷的设计和制造商，不仅拥有和政府部门和大型机构合作的经验，还和各大商业品牌联合推出了各类太阳能产品。CEO Colin Tui，Pivilion 的联合创始人，毕业于美国最古老的学校哈德福德三一学院的电子工程专业，是可再生能源科技的专家。他曾在风力、太阳能、海洋能源领域工作，获得了美国航天宇航局和纽约州能源研究开发署的研发资金，以及美国能源从业者认证委员会颁发的最高等级太阳能研发者认证证书。现担任哥大建筑系客座研究生教授。
At Pivilion, we make solar-powered fabric, so we build tents that produce electricity, clothing that produces electricity, awnings, camping tents, stadium roofs, you name it. We started our company about 6 years ago, and we're the evolution of a couple different companies, been developing this technology for 20 years, integrating solar cells and fabrics to produce products that make electricity.
I think it's definitely the future, and combining fabrics with solar energy producing technology is just brilliant.
Combined with fabrics and all kinds of flexible installations is a very, very appealing one, and I very much like this product.
See those black things in there?
Yeah.
That's what these are. So it's their whole building is built of these
So the structure
frames.
is
The structure is inflatable.
Where's it?
That's Carnegie Hall.
Oh.
So that's the roof on 57th Street.
But why do these construction building need a lightweight structure or flexible surface?
If you look at an urban environment, there isn't much rooftop space. Right? If you look at a 50-story building, the amount of rooftop space that they have when you take into consideration the air conditioning, the elevator shafts, the emergency exits, there's really nothing to put solar panels on. And a lot more buildings are actually creating what we'd call sort of an outer envelope or a passive shading element. So it's improving the building performance, which means if you need a lot of air conditioning for your building and you put a shade over the building, you need a lot less energy to cool your building, right? So if that shade is a flexible material, lightweight material, it can sort of hang off the building beautifully. It reduces cost because it reduces cooling loads, but it also allows architectural flexibility.
What can you do with the technology Pivilion has?
We've been integrating the solar cells into lightweight fabric, so if you see something like this, it's actually super flexible, super easy to manage. You can sew it, you can weld it, you can put it right into clothing or a bag. So, from our perspective, half of the battle is creating a product that is lightweight and flexible in its raw material state, but then also allowing for manufacturing facilities to integrate our technology into their finished product. The jacket you can wear, and then this plugs right in. It's not charging now, but
It will charge.
it will charge it. And then, this actually can go right in the pocket. So you can just put your phone right in the pocket, and this actually goes inside the jacket, and it goes around.
Cool.
There are no wires. It's actually built into the fabric.
Wow.
So all this fabric you can see, right in there. This is all conductive material, so that actually transfers the electricity.
Can you put this technology into any fabric, or are there any requirements for the fabric?
Yeah. You know, that's the future. It's almost any material we can work with.
How about the cost?
I'm not worried about the cost.
How about the cost compared with the traditional solar panels?
No, but we're adding a totally different value. So we're not competing with traditional solar panels. We're saying, well, what happens when you're out in the city? What happens when you're hiking? What happens when you're skiing? You know, that's a value that isn't competitive with another industry. It's completely creating a new market, I think. This is a portable product we developed. This is a solar-powered, refrigerated iced coffee cart. It's for Brooklyn Roasting Company. It has a keg inside.
So it has the refrigerator inside.
Yeah, inside. It produces electricity, provides shade, so you're working here on a hot, sunny day, and
Perfect.
it does everything you need.
I think Pivilion is a very interesting company. They are definitely the future.
Pivilion 这家公司的话，把一个过去几十年的很传统的这样一个太阳能发电的这样一个应用，变得更加的有温度，变得更加能够与这个人的这种交互，不仅可以艺术的展示，然后给城市带来美，同时呢又有清洁能源这种功能。我想这个创业项目的初衷非常非常的美好，那么我也深深为之感动。
Pavilion is in a very sexy area. The idea of using renewable energy, which is where the world is heading.
我们创美的口号呢，就是要带大家预见未来。那这一次我们选择的 Pivilion 呢，绝对呢是未来和我们生活息息相关的。他们说到技术非常的独特，团队呢非常的专业，并且有经验。很有意思的是，他们是专攻太阳能的。那 Todd 和 Robert 呢，他们两个人却是两个建筑设计师。
1998年，世界上第一块太阳能布料诞生了。建筑设计专家 Todd Dallon 研发的这种貌不惊人的新型材料，将太阳能的应用带入了更广阔的空间。他和他的同事 Robert Lerner 用这种新型材料为纽约古博惠特博物馆搭建世界上首个太阳能柔性帐篷时，引起了全球媒体的关注。很快，美国军方开始大力投入太阳能设备开发。Todd 和 Robert 这对太阳能领域的双子星，凭借着独创的材料开发和设计运用，一举赢得了5亿美元的竞标，成为美军的科技研发专家，为军队设计制造太阳能帐篷。2011年，正是当初发明了第一块太阳能布料的 Todd Dallon 和他的非凡搭档 Robert 联手创立了今天的 Pivilion。
How did you know each other?
I started studying lightweight structures when I was a student at UCLA in architecture. At the time, I just looked around the United States to see who was doing this, and I saw the firm that Todd started called FTL.
So you found him?
Yes, right. He wasn't looking for me.
Then
I
you
was just a
contacted
student.
But
him.
I'm very glad that I found it.
How will you comment on each other as a working partner?
Well, I think it's great working with Robert because we have our minds work well together. We've always been interested in fabric as a building material. And then as we're exploring more and more things you can do with fabric, we realized that the solar panels are flexible membranes, just like the fabric. And so we put them together. I mean, it's an obvious thing. And then once you add the solar panels to the fabric, well, you can never take them away again. I mean, you have electric fabric.
Yeah, it was a demonstration for the Cooper Hewitt Museum. We pitched the idea of designing and building the first photovoltaic tent. And images of that went around the world. The Army saw it published in a magazine, and they started throwing money at it for product development for military tents.
人类将太阳能作为一种能源与动力加以利用的历史，可以追溯到1615年，法国人所罗门·德考克斯发明了第一台太阳能驱动的发动机。到了1839年，法国科学家贝克雷尔发现了光生伏特效应，为太阳能光伏技术奠定了物理基础。在最近的100年中，太阳能技术的开发有了显著的成果，包括1945年美国贝尔实验室研制的实用型硅太阳能电池。上世纪70年代，世界发生了能源危机，人们认识到必须改变现有的能源结构，太阳能作为一种可再生的能源受到了重视。美国在1973年制定阳光计划，引起了开发太阳能的热潮。 然而，几十年过去了，太阳能的应用始终难以突破成本高、效率低的瓶颈。随着环境污染和生态破坏的加剧，人们对于清洁能源的需求日益加强。通过技术突破和材料创新来扩大利用领域和规模，提高经济效益，是太阳能行业共同的目标。
We actually built this for the US Army. From the military, we moved into this architectural space, which is building lightweight structures and canopies that produce electricity. And it's about half the weight of typical solar installations.
So it will be like this. It looks very light.
Exactly. That's what Todd and Robert are doing.
It was about 15 years ago.
Yeah, we really invented the idea of putting solar panels onto tensile membrane.
I heard that was a very big project. They put like $500 million into that.
The Army uses a tremendous amount of tents. It's traveling buildings, it's temporary infrastructure. So we've always been doing a lot of work with the military, designing traveling tent systems and inflatable air beams to support the tents and flexible solar panels on the tents.
A lot of technology developed originally for Army, right? What do you guys think about that?
It's great to work with them because they're always interested in applying new technology, and they have very good R&D budget.
The thing about the Army is they will fund technology development that's years out, where the private sector would say, I'm not interested in that because the payback is 5 or 10 years from now, right? The Army will say, this is a technology that we know is coming, it's 10 years out, private industry can't afford to fund it, they will fund it.
Are there any restriction, like you have to wait a certain amount of year, then you can put the technology into private sectors?
No, the fact is the Army wants to see a lot of technologies commercialized. It benefits them in the end because then they can buy the product at a lower cost in higher production, because they know if they put the money up front and it's 5 or 10 years out, right, they'll throw that seed money out there. If you look at GPS, for example, they funded GPS, and now it's in everybody's cell phone.
Before the project you guys did in 1996, are there any flexible or lightweight structure of solar whatever before exist?
Not to my knowledge.
No? So you guys are the first?
Yeah.
Between you started the first project in 1996 until you guys founded the company Pivilion, it took like 15 years. Why it takes so a while?
Well, we were doing the integration of solar technology and tensile structure technology in our original business. We've been doing this new technology of tensile structures for decades. And then it became mainstream, and there were many companies doing it. So we started to transform it. We made the transition from designing and engineering to designing and engineering and manufacturing.
就像刚才呢 Robert 和 Todd 说的那样，美国呢很多的技术啊，其实最早呢都是从美国军方走出来的，所以他们本身的技术呢已经呢非常的成熟，也呢有了一个非常强有力的背书。那他们走出来以后啊，在行业里面很有话语权的两个创始人来创建公司的时候，却选择呢自己不去做 CEO， 而是选择了一个年仅24岁的年轻人去担任这么一个重要的角色。Why did you pick Colin of 23 years old to be the CEO instead of running the company yourself?
I think, as you can tell, Colin is an extraordinary person. He has a very scientific mind, a very business mind, and a very marketing mind. And a tremendous energy.
If ask you to rate Colin as a CEO, like from 0 to 10.
From my experience, I would say a 10.
11.
Wow. Tell us how many product lines do you have now?
One is the architectural and construction space. So that is looking at a building facade, a canopy, a building envelope, a stadium roof, amphitheater, those kinds of projects.
That part is more like B2B.
Yeah, exactly. Most all of our business is B2B because we're selling either to the military or we're selling to a tent rental company or we're selling to an event company who is going to put up tents and take them down. And then the other would be the consumer products. And what we're doing is we're not selling directly to the consumer. We're selling to a company like Patagonia or Nike or North Face, and they're selling to their consumer.
You said there's a slight problem. I think we're out of power. There's a guy charging the spaceship with his jacket. Oh, yep, we are fully recharged and ready to go. Thank you, very handsome young man.
And so our hero continues watching.
It's more like licensing.
Yeah, but we are selling a physical product, which is our material, to them as well. So it's a little bit of both.
Does Pivilion have any competitor?
No direct competitor in the sort of breadth of work that we do in particular markets.
So are you guys dominating the market?
To a certain extent, yes.
那么我们也可以看到这个团队，首先它是一个技术或者是科技与艺术的完美融合，既有设计师团队，也有自己的这个工程师团队。
The only weak point being the product, because it seems like they've been working on specific projects for different people so far, and they need to convert all these projects into a commercial product that they can massively scale and find channel partners and sell around the world.
If the technology is proven already, how did you set the current goal?
We've spent 20 years developing the technology. We've spent 2 years developing the business relationships. We haven't done massive projects, right? So I think what's next is taking this technology and scaling it.
So you think that's a biggest concern for you now?
If you want to sell to as many consumers as are possible and you want to be the leader in a market, we're not a direct-to-consumer business. The best thing to do is to partner with larger companies that can actually be an intermediary to the consumer. But part of the challenge is convincing other companies that we work with to really take a little bit of a risk, and then also convincing them that it isn't as big of a risk as they think it is.
Do you have any plan or any kind of a future strategy getting to that market?
Well, to be honest, it's a little bit scary. We have a lot of intellectual property that we need to respect, and we have patents that we need to protect. And so to just go out to 1 billion people and get our technology out there as a small business, it's really hard to protect yourself. And I think that's one of the challenges, because if our technology is as good as we think it is, people are going to copy it very immediately for cheaper and faster and in larger volume.
I heard people are discussing the new president, the president-elect Trump. He may slow down the government program. Do you think that will affect the whole industry?
So I don't know exactly, but that being said, if he is doing what he says he will, which is massive infrastructure spending through investing in factories that make solar in the US, those are real possibilities. Will that actually happen? I have no idea. We care about the environmental impacts, but that doesn't necessarily have to matter for you for the financials to add up.
Did Pivilion raise any fund from the private investors?
No, we had initial early sales. We had clients pretty early on.
So it's organic?
Yeah, it's been organic.
相信他们在这件事情上不断去摸索，会让传统的这种古板的太阳能电池板变得更加的鲜活，让人们更加能够接受太阳能这种清洁能源给我们带来的美好。
Overall, I give them a 9 out of 10.
So I would score this as a total of a 9.
想要360度无死角了解这家创业公司吗？请到创美频道点击观看创美特别推出的 VR 视频《创业美国360度看公司》。
Why are you guys interested in teaching? Since Pivilion is already very busy.
Well, I think it's important to share what we know. We've developed this technology and this expertise for a long time, and it's about time to sort of show people who are jumping into the industry what they can do.
The solar industry has been for a while, around for a while, but it's still not the mainstream energy generator. So do you think we are still waiting for some technology breakthrough, or we just need to push the product to educate the consumer to renew the infrastructure? What do you think?
Most of the solar arrays now, they're rigid solar arrays.
Yeah.
And they're very efficient, they're very functional, but they're not very beautiful. And they're not very flexible, right? So to bring them into consumer products and into building and into society, into use, we need to make them more flexible.
I also think that there are a lot of sort of larger scale government incentive programs that are in place, and if you don't have support from every government around the world saying this is what we want to do, there's uncertainty in the market, and when there's uncertainty in the market, you hesitate to invest, and I think that's part of what the problem is.
因为有了水、空气和阳光，所以就有了生命。可以说呢，太阳呢一直就是地球的发动机。但是相信呢，可能有越来越多的人，像 Pivilion 的2个创始人一样，投入到太阳能和其他可再生性能源的开发当中。那现在呢，整个的科技圈也是刮起了环保风啊。那比如说谷歌还刚刚宣布呢，在2017年的时候，整个公司都要全部使用可替代性能源。而相信呢，也有更多的人呢会共同的努力，让我们的世界变得更加的清洁。And what do you think about how the solar industry can move forward?
What do consumers and homeowners want? And that's what we're trying to do. The normalization of what we do would be my goal. I would love for someone to see one of our products and not be surprised and in awe. I think it will be just part of the normal everyday conversation.
收看更多创业美国独家揭秘创业视频，关注创业美国线上留学生创业大赛，请关注创业美国微信公众号，每周5推送决赛入围团队推荐视频，他们需要你的支持。
是不是还没有看过瘾？那赶快关注微信创业美国，观看独家花絮和更多创美原创视频。除了各种干货，还可以和我直接对话。你说的就是你，我等你哦。还没有扫吗？快扫！